Good afternoon, one and all. In last lecture, we have finished what is traffic engineering, what is the scope of traffic engineering. After that, we have completed the road user characteristics. Okay, in the last part, we have finished this all related to the unit number 1, related to the road user characteristics. In that, we have seen that what is the vision, again, what is the hearing, mental characteristics, again environmental characteristics. That part we have covered. Again, PIV theory, that is the perception, intellection, emotion, and the volition. That part we have completed. What is this PIV theory? P is nothing but perception, I is nothing but intellection, P is nothing but the volition, and I is nothing but the intellection. That PV, that PIV theory that in last lecture we have completed, and some of the part related to the road users characteristics, scopes, what is the traffic engineering, that part we have finished in the last lecture. Now we'll move towards the next part, that is the traffic, how to do the traffic studies, how to do go for the volume counting of the each and every vehicle on the road, which is on vehicle on the road. So that part we have to study here. That is as per your competitive examination, that part is also most important. Okay, so we'll move towards the first point, that is the traffic studies. So we'll see first what is mean by the traffic studies and why to do these traffic studies. Okay, traffic studies are carried out to analyze the traffic characteristics. These studies help in deciding the geometric design features, traffic control for safe, efficient traffic movement. So for that, in that traffic studies, why to do this traffic study? The traffic study आपल्याला का करायचं आहे तर we have to know the what type of the traffic is going on this road. So it is a mixed traffic, or the only big vehicles are going over there, or only that small vehicles are going there. So we have to collect the information of the vehicles, so which type of the vehicles are going on the road, and we have to analyze that data from this traffic studies. Okay, so traffic study we have to do for what purposes? To we have to collect the information about the vehicles which are going on the roads, and after that we have to divide uh, the different types of the vehicles which are going on the roads, and for that purpose we have to collect the traffic volume or the traffic vehicles which are going on the roads, and after that we can make the analysis, we can make the interpretation on that data. From that we collect the understand the, what is the traffic volume, at what time that traffic volume is more, that traffic is more on that road. So that peak hour we can calculate by using this data. So for that purposes we have to do the traffic studies, and after getting the traffic in traffic study, after getting the traffic count, we can analyze, we can interpret the traffic volume. Okay, and for that purpose we have to go for the traffic studies, and there are the different methods of the measuring of the instruments which are moving on the roads also. Okay, so we'll see later one by one. So what is traffic study includes, that part will cover here. These various traffic surveys studies generally carried out are here. Now you can see here that first part is traffic study is done with the following points. One is the traffic volume study. Second one is the speed study. Third one is the spot speed study, speed and delay study. Again, next one is the origin and destination study, and last one is the traffic flow characteristics. And through these all the various points we can understand the traffic study. Okay, so first point is the traffic volume study. So we'll see what is the traffic volume study. So it is related to the volume of the traffic. Okay, so for that purpose, that traffic volume studies, again there is a speed study. Speed study means there is a vehicle which having the speed. What is the speed? That data also we can collect here. Again, spot speed study. What is mean by the spot speed? Means at any instant, what is the speed of that vehicle is nothing but a spot speed study. कुठल्या पण spotला आपण काय करू शकतो? We can take a judgment about that speed of that vehicle. That is the spot speed study. Again, speed and the delay study. Speed and the delay study. So this we can calculate because of this road maintenance, because of the road disturbance, how the speed is going to be reduces and how it is affected. That information also we can collect here. Again, origin and the destination study. So what is the origin? So origin is nothing but a starting point of the journey, and the destination is nothing but a last point of the journey, that is the end of the journey. So that study also will do here in this traffic study. And last point is the traffic flow characteristics. In the traffic flow characteristics, we'll understand what is the traffic flow, whether this traffic flow is mixed flow or the only single type of the vehicles are going on. Such a data also we can collect from this traffic study. Okay, so we'll see next point. Traffic studies, there are the three most important point will become here. One is the traffic capacity, which will be collect from the road only. Again, second one is the parking study, means some of the vehicles which are moving on the roads. Some of the vehicles are stopping at the parking side, which is at the near side of the road. And third one is the accidental studies. Means in this traffic studies, we can analyze the traffic which is moving on the road, and through this we will get understand the how many parkings are there, how many vehicles are moving on the roads, again how many accidents are happen on this road. So these all details will get from this traffic studies only. Okay, so this very important part is here. So we'll see what is the traffic volume study. So in that we will study first, that is the what is the traffic volume study. It is the number of vehicles crossing a section of road per unit time at any selected period. Means you can see here, means at any section or any selected period, you can select any area and you can go for the calculating the number of vehicles which are crossing from that road or the moving from that road. So automatically that number indicates as a traffic volume of that area. So we'll understand the traffic volume on that area. So how we can understand the number of vehicles moving on the road, the number of vehicles crossing on the road, and that number of vehicles indicates the traffic volume. So for that purpose, we have to select the area. If you want any area, you can select, and through that area, you can take a judgment how many vehicles are moving, means entering on that road and exit from that road. So automatically whatever the number, that number is indicates as a traffic volume. Second is it is used the quantity measure of flow, means it is a quantity measure of flow. From this we can understand the what type of the traffic flow is there. It is a mixed traffic or the only big vehicles are moving. Okay, so that also we can understand from this the traffic volume. Next is the commonly units are vehicles per day or the vehicles per hour. Means within a 1 hour. Now, if you have decided to go for the traffic volume measurement, then you have to decide 1 day or the 1 hour. Within that period only, whatever the vehicles are moving, that vehicle number it indicates as a volume per hour or per day for the per that unit will be like that, means vehicles per day. Means if you have decided to go for the selected area in the Pandharpur region only, if you have go for the volume traffic volume measurement, so within a day, so you have uh, 1 day you have made the traffic volume, so you have get the collected number of vehicles which are entering and exit from this area are equal to the 1000 vehicles, then it unit will be 1000 vehicles per day. Okay, so that is the unit.
So what is the traffic volume? So traffic volume is nothing but a number of vehicles in a particular area entering and exit from that area. That number indicates as the traffic volume. And but that time should be, you have to require that time is nothing but a within a hour, within a day, within a 2 day, within a, how many days are there, and in from that you have to go for the unit like that, vehicles per day or the vehicles per hour. Next one is the what are the objectives and the that traffic volume study. So why to go for this object? Why to go for this traffic volume study? So we'll understand here. It is generally accepted as a true measure of relative importance of roads and in deciding the priority for improvement and the expansion. Means if we have to understand the what is the existing condition of road. Again we have to understand the existing condition of the vehicles, how many vehicles are going on that road, which type of the flow of the vehicles, means it is a mixed or it's a single type of the vehicles are moving on the road. If we understand the whatever the characteristics required for the required for the improvement in the existing road, so for that purpose we have to do the traffic volume study. And if that volume of that traffic is more, so automatically we have to go for the improvement in that road, and for that expansion, for the improvement in the road. Okay, so for regularly maintenance, that all purposes we have to go for this traffic volume study. So it is a generally it is a very important part here about the road expansion and the road improvement, and for that purpose we have to know the traffic, which is the traffic or which is going on that road only. Okay, so number of vehicles passing on that road, so that count we should know. Next one is the it is used in planning traffic operation and control of existing facilities, and also for the planning the new facilities. Means on the roads there are the signs and the signals are provided. That signs and signals indicates the different signals on time. But if the traffic is more, traffic volume is more, so at that time we have to understand what is the traffic situation, and during that way we can understand what is the whatever the conflict over there. Okay, and for that purpose we have to make a planning, again traffic operation for the controlling the existing facilities, and also for the planning of the new facilities. Means for the planning for the new facilities as well as the existing facility ज्या आहेत तर त्यांना कंट्रोल करण्यासाठी आणि ट्रॅफिक ऑपरेशन इझी अँड स्मूथ होण्यासाठी आपल्याला काय करायचंय, we have to understand the traffic operation on that road, and depends upon the traffic volume we have to go for the planning for the new facilities which will be provided on the road to become a smooth and easiest journey on the road. So that is also second point about the traffic volume study. Third one is the it is used in the analysis of traffic patterns and the trends. It is used in the analysis of traffic patterns and the trends. So that part is also important here. So from that there are the number of patterns on the road over there. Some of the mergings are there, again there are the divergings are also there, some of the crossing are there, some of the open roads are there. So we have to go for this analyzing the traffic patterns and the trends, and so for that purpose the traffic volume study is also helpful. Useful in structural design of pavement. Okay, so what is the traffic volume count? Based on this traffic volume count, whatever the load is coming on that road structure, so as far as this road construction or the design of pavement is depends upon the traffic volume study only. And so based on this traffic volume study we can go for the structural design of the pavement. So it should be as a rigid pavement or the flexible pavement. Likewise, we can go for the decide, okay, from this traffic volume study. And the last point is here, that is the pedestrian traffic study is used for planning sidewalk, again crosswalk, subway and the pedestrian signals. बघा प्रत्येक जो मोठा रोड असतो तर त्या रोडला साइडवॉक असतात साइडचे, क्रॉसवॉक असतात. ओके, मीन्स दॅट इज द कच्चा रोड म्हणतो आपण त्याला. So these roads are provided to the main road. For what purposes? For the pedestrians, for the cyclists. Okay, those peoples are walking on the road, walking from that road only. So they should walk from this sidewalk. They should walk from this sidewalk again from the crosswalk and whatever the pedestrians space is provided. From that they can move. So that is also come under this traffic volume study. So okay, so how many pedestrians are walking on that road, so that count is also important over there. If that count is more, then that width will be provided over there, depends upon this traffic volume of that pedestrians. Okay, so for that purpose, these are the very important parameters about the objectives of the traffic volume study, and that is the most important here for the expansion and the improvement in the road. Second thing is for achieving the smooth functioning on the road. Again, for achieving the traffic patterns and the trains. Again, useful. It is very useful in the structural design of domain. And last one is the we have to go for the traffic volume study, because to achieve each and every component of the road, that should be helpful for the pedestrian, helpful for the big vehicle as well as the cyclist. There are the all components like a crosswalk, sidewalk should be, we can plan as per as the traffic volume study. So these are the objectives of the traffic volume study. So now we'll move towards the next point. Okay, so now we'll move towards the next point, that is the study area. So the study area should, once the nature of the study is identified, the study area can be defined to encompass the area of expected policy impact. The study area need not to be confirmed that political boundaries, but the bounded by the areas influenced by the transportation systems. The boundary of the study area is defined by what is called as the external cordon, or simply the cordon line. A sample of the zoning of a study area is shown in the figure. So we can move towards the next point, that is the related to the study area. So for that purpose, whatever the area which we have selected for the traffic volume study, so at that time whatever the road connection, that road connection is marked over here, and in that area only whatever the vehicles are entering and exit from that area, so that vehicle we have to count. So based on this we can understand the how many vehicles are moving and entering exit from that road. So we can understand the what is the traffic density or the traffic volume of that area. So sample size determination is the act of choosing a number of observations and replications to include a statistical sample. Means in that it is come under the mathematical expressions, how many vehicles per day or the per hour are moving or entering or the exit from that road. Traffic data collection. So traffic data collection and the projections, there are traffic volumes are basic requirement for planning of road development and the management scheme. Okay, so first important point is the traffic data collection is one of the important part here because it is a basic requirement about the planning of the road development, and the management scheme. First point is the road development. We have to develop roads, and for that purpose we should know the traffic data collection, and based on this we can move towards the next point, that is the management schemes, about how to increase the width, how to increase, or how to modify it, or how to improve the new road. So likewise we can make the judgment about this traffic volume count after the collection of information about that road. Traffic data forms an integral part in the science of descriptive nation economics, and such a knowledge is essential in drawing up on rational transport policy for the movement of passengers, goods by both government and the private sectors. Okay, so that is the very important part here about the private as well as the government policies. Okay, each and every on the roads you can see the vehicle, you can see the signs and the signals. Again, some of the times if the road section is there, traffic is more. So at that time government policies, police are there for the maintaining the traffic operations on the road also. So that is also one of the part will become here as per as the government sectors for the maintaining the traffic operations. So now next point is the how to collect the information about the vehicles which are moving on the roads. And for that purpose, there are the different methods. We can see what are the different methods of the collection of the traffic volume, or the traffic which is going or the entering or the exit from the road, that we can understand by this manual counting method and the automatic counting method. So these are the two most important method are here. One is the manual counting method and second one is the automatic counting method. So we'll understand the first. So what is the manual counting method? Again, there is a manual counting method is divided into the three parts. One is the direct manual counting. Second one is the indirect manual counting method. So one is the direct method, second one is the indirect method. So this we can count the vehicles, and counting of the vehicles on the road, that is nothing but it indicates as a traffic density or the traffic volume. Second one is the automatic counting method. So automatic counting method is come under the contact system or the contactless system. So from this there is a contact to the vehicles which are moving on the road. So with the contact only we can judge the vehicle is passing on the road, vehicle is passing on the road, third vehicle is passing on the road, fourth vehicle is passing on the road. So likewise we can understand the how many vehicles are moving from that road only. So that is the traffic server, that is the traffic volume count by the manual method as well as the automatic counting method. And there are these some of the instruments, and that instruments are helpful for us to understand the number how many vehicles are moving from that road only. Okay, so we'll see one by one what is the procedure to calculate the vehicles which are moving on the road. So the first method is the manual method. So what is the manual method? So it is generally that is 1000 meter or the 100-meter distance is kept, and one person is at the A side, one person is at the B side, and and that both the persons will measure the vehicle is passing on the road. That is the manual counting method. So we'll move towards this. Counts are typically used to gather data for determination of vehicles, classification, turning movement, again direction of travel, pedestrians movements, or vehicle occupancy.
Most applications of manual counts require small samples of data at any given location. So we can understand this traffic survey at any location. Yet from any location, we can collect the information about the pedestrians, again, movement of the vehicles from the road only. Second one is the manual counts are sometimes used when the efforts and the expense of the automated equipment are not justified. Okay, so manual method is without any equipment we can without any equipment we can understand the traffic flow or the traffic density on the road. So there is no any necessity of the equipment. Okay, manual counts are typically used for periods of less than a day. Normal intervals for a count are 5, 10, or the 15 minutes. Means in that method there are the different intervals have been made, and within a different intervals we can collect the information about the routes. Or the second thing is that um, we can collect the information about the vehicles within a period of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or the 15 minutes, or within a peak hour we can collect the information about the traffic survey only. The traffic counts traffic counts during a Monday morning rush hour and the Friday evening the rush hour may slow. That should be you can consider one day. So at the morning time there is a traffic is more. At the evening time also the traffic is more. So we can count the vehicles at the morning and the evening time. Okay, and during the night hour, again during the afternoon hour, that vehicles moving on the roads, that number is a less number. So we can collect the what is the big number, and that big number we can understand, or we can take for the whatever the further traffic analysis. Okay, so that is the traffic manual counting. That is the without instrument. No any instrument is used over there for understanding the traffic on the road, and that will be measured within a time interval at most time, where the maximum vehicles are moving on the road. At that time we can understand the count of the vehicles, and depends upon this we can go for the further analysis of that traffic volume. A manual classified count involves the counting all the vehicles passing a selected location on a road for a predetermined period of time. So predetermined time. So already we have decided within this time only we have to go for this traffic survey. The count is conducted by person standing at the roadside and recording passing vehicles on a form, hence the term as a manual traffic count. So okay, we can understand the vehicles with the different vehicles. Again, pedestrians are also there, so we can count this number of vehicles. If truck is there, again tractor is there, again cyclist is there, again pedestrians are there. So we can divide the all the types of the vehicles which are moving from the road only. And after that, there is a one PCU unit, and through this PCU unit is nothing but a passenger car unit method. So passenger car unit, through the passenger car unit, we can convert this number into a traffic volume number only. Okay, so there is a truck for this truck, there is a one number, there is a number of trucks multiplied by this PCU unit, it will be convert into the traffic volume only. So we can understand this manual counting method here by this directly by counting the number of vehicles or the pedestrian cyclist coming and going from the road. So we'll understand here what is the manual method. employ a field team to count and classify the traffic volume. For that, what is the procedure? That part we'll see here. One is the first one is the number of observations required depends upon number of lanes and the type of the information required. Means number of observer. There are the number of observers. 1, 2, 3, 4 observers are there. Means how many lanes are there? Lane 1, 2, 3, 4. So that much number of persons required to understand the to count the vehicles which are on the road, moving on the roads. So for that purpose we require the information. Second one is the more desirable to record traffic in each direction of travel by posting the separate observers for each direction. Means if there is a two lane road is there, say then incoming and the outgoing. So for that purpose, we have to divide the two persons and they have to collect the information of the information about that information about that person that are entering on the road and they are living on the from the road. So that two persons are there, they can count their number. Next one is the for all day count work in three shift can be arranged. Means if you want to go for the in detail calculation, in detail traffic survey, if you want, then we can go for the in three shift we can arrange the work of the counting of the traffic volume, and after that if we count this in three ways, then automatically we'll understand the in which time, which is the peak hour, at what time that traffic volume is more. And so that will be understand the that in that within this 10 to 11, within this 9 to 10 a.m. in the morning, that traffic volume or the number of vehicles on the road are more. And data is recorded by the 5 dash system. Means there is a dash number one, that dash number 1, 2, 3, 4. Likewise, if one vehicle is there, then dash one. Again, if there is a second vehicle, dash two. Again, if there is a third vehicle, dash three. Again, if there is a fourth vehicle is moving on that road, again there is a fourth. Again, fifth. So likewise, that system is that simple system is used here for counting the manual method of the pedestrians or the number of vehicles passing on that road only. So that is the most important point here about the manual counting. Okay, counting method. Within a 1 minute, our meeting will be over. So I am requesting to all once again join for the same link within a 1 minute.